Spectator sport.
He might, but I'm just saying he got weak chins. I mean, this guy Marquez, I mean, like I told you, man, I think he's gonna bring it tonight. He's gonna bring it tonight. That $70 pay-per-view I'm paying for, it better be worth it. Because if I see someone get knocked out in 2 rounds, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to go find that Vato.
Hey, it's non-refundable, you know? It's non-refundable. And this is a point that I had earlier in the week. When does something become non-refundable? I mean, at what point does the fight become non-refundable?
But to be honest with you, how do you refund that fight? Like, because this guy got knocked out in round 2, well, you get a refund. Come on, be
But let's say this, as the fight started, like the
pop,
Bernard Hopkins
fight.
That fight started, there was not one punch really delivered, and he fell out, and luckily that wasn't a pay-per-view fight. Let's say if it was I'm not sure if it was a pay-per-view, but let's say it was, the B. Hopkins fight. That was a pay-per-view, right? The Hopkins fight was a pay-per-view. So let's say,
I don't know.
In the first round, he falls and dropped his shoulder out, which I think was a lie. B-Hop, you know what you're doing. You're a money-hungry scumbag. And B-Hop, if I see you in public, please, it's only a show. I know you grimy. I know you was in prison and all of that. I don't want no problems. I don't box anyway,
Well, at least you'll be rich if he hits you.
And now he ain't gonna hit me because I don't box, homie. He ain't gonna hit me because I don't box, homie.
You don't box. I'll take a slap in the face for $1 million.
Hey, homeboy, I'm gonna let you know. I don't box, homie.
Is that a threat?
No, I'm just saying because B-Hop might kill my ass, and I don't want that to happen. Cause it is a small world. Don't think you can hide on the internet. So I ain't trying to hide on the internet, B-Hop. I just want to let you know I ain't about that life. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a hard-working man trying to get my show going on. But B-Hop on the real, you know you're a scumbag and you know you're a cheater. You know what you do.
Wow, I mean, you just said all that and then you just went right back and insulted the man. Like, wow, like, come on.
But what I'm saying, at what point does it become non-refundable? I mean, B-Hop, that fight should have been refunded. I mean, it should be a shame on you to take $50 from the consumer in a recession.
Who pays for Bernard Hopkins' fight anyways? He's old and all this other stuff. Like, I don't want to watch that man fight. Only people I want to watch fight is, I don't even mind even boxing film, but I watch Pacquiao and Mayweather. I mean, when those two fight, I'll probably watch them fight.
Speaking of the fight, Mayweather says he make the fight happen. Mayweather had just said, it was about 2 weeks ago, Floyd Mayweather came out and told Leonard Ellaby or Al Heyman, one of them, I keep confusing the two, but those are his business partners. And he was told that he needs the fight made. And I think Mayweather needs to make that fight. Just go ahead and give the folks what they want, the biggest fight ever. This guy might bring in $50 million, maybe between $50 and $100 million, man. Mayweather, the kid is crazy.
He keeps saying that. I mean, he's saying make the fight happen, and then when it gets back down to it, he's gonna go back to the drug testing, and I want it done this way, and then the fight's not gonna happen. So it's like, stop getting people's hopes up for something that's really not gonna happen because you don't want to get punched in the face by Pacquiao. So I really don't know what to say about Mayweather saying make the fight happen. I thought he just said, so now he came out and said make the fight happen?
Yeah, he wants the fight made. He wants the fight made.
Oh, I thought he said, okay,
let's make the fight happen. So you know what? Maybe he's willing to go back a little bit on his concessions. And he realized the timetable for this fight, you can't push it back too far. He may fight Amir Khan, which is another pretty good up-and-coming boxer, who a British kid. He may take that fight before as a tune-up, and not to say that Amir Khan is a tune-up for anybody, but that is a dangerous fight for Mayweather. But obviously he's Floyd, Money May, pretty boy Floyd. He'll take care of Amir Khan with no problems. Make the kid look amateurish as he does. Probably run him into retirement like the other Brit Prince Nassim Muhammad. Come on, man, you take a loss and then you go into retirement. Come on. You take a loss and then you run into retirement? Come on. Get out of here, man. You a fool.
Okay, man, you're going a little too far on that. I mean, we were just talking about the Manny and the Mayweather. Now you talking about Brit fighters that I don't even know who they are. So
exactly. That's why you don't know who they are, man. The British fighters, I'm tired of these guys hiding in England. Come abroad and fight some real fighters, man. Come abroad. Every British fighter that comes abroad, let's talk about him. The only guy who came over here and really held his own, Joe Calzaghe, and I gotta respect Calzaghe. Respect to the Brits, respect to Calzaghe, but all these other fools, what's that other, the little one that Mayweather slapped around, and the one that this Pacquiao almost almost destroyed in the ring. Ricky Hatton. Pacquiao almost killed this guy in the ring. I mean, come on. Hatton, man, come on. This guy's a fool. You let Mayweather knock you out. Come on.
They only can beat who you put in front of them, and when they come
Prince
over here,
Nassim. Every Brit fighter, man, these guys don't have it. Josh, I'm not willing and I'm not ready to go on because I'm talking about boxing. I take it that you're not much of a boxing fan.
I'm really not boxing,
but I love the sweet science.
Right now.
I love the sweet science, kid.
No one cares about boxing no more. MMA and all that other nonsense took boxing over. I mean, you get people talking about Pacquiao and Mayweather, but once that fight's over with,
let me ask you a question. Since nobody cares about boxing, let me ask you a question, Josh. Are you paying for the fight tonight?
Not because I want to watch it.
Yes, he is. Okay.
Not because I want to watch it.
Let me ask you, Josh. When was the last time you paid for an MMA fight?
Well, last time I paid for an MMA fight, I'm in a particular situation at this point in time, so that's why I'm actually paying for this fight. If it was a big MMA fight coming on, I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just telling you the truth. I mean, no one cares about boxing. I'm telling you right now, like from the heart. Like, I hate boxing. Like, I really don't. I mean, Tyson was the last time I actually watched boxing.
Folks, did you just hear that? Did you just hear what Josh just said? Oh, my goodness. Josh, man, I gotta love you, kid. You just off the chain, man. Let's go on to the next topic. We got a lot of great college games set up today. We're actually running a little bit late on our show, so we're actually going into some of the 1 o'clock games. But we have a few great college games to look forward to this weekend. You got number 20 Auburn versus number 15 Georgia. That's a great game. It's in Georgia. What do you think about that game, Josh? You're a college guy.
I mean, Georgia's been playing great since them two losses that they suffered. I mean, they've been playing great. I mean, Auburn, I mean, they have rotating three quarterbacks, and they just, I don't know. I think they're confused on offense. They need to find some real true playmakers. I mean, I have Georgia winning the game, obviously. But, I mean, Auburn, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they kept it close. I mean, because, even though they're rotating those quarterbacks, the defense is playing good enough, and they're still winning ball games. They're still ranked number 20. So, I mean, they just got to find a quarterback to settle in on. I mean, you're still rotating the freshman and then the senior, and then you got the sophomore starting now, I believe, in. I mean, Georgia with Murray and then Isaiah Correll and then with, those receivers over there with that tight end, with the defense playing out of its mind. I mean, I got Georgia in the game. I mean, it's going to be a good game, though.
Definitely. And I agree with you also. I just like that Georgia. And anytime you play three quarterbacks, I just think you can't have a three-headed monster. That's just confusion, and no way that team gets to any type of sync.
Yeah, nobody gets into a rhythm.
Yeah, you can't get in a rhythm. You're switching three guys. That means you got three bad quarterbacks if you can't find one. So let's go on to the next game, which is the big game of the weekend. The quote-unquote number one overall pick, if he comes out, number 4, Stanford, Andrew Luck, and number 7, Oregon. So Oregon at Stanford. What do you like in this game, Josh?
I mean, you got the two best teams in the Pac-12 right now. I mean, you got Luck, the clear-cut number 1 pick. I mean, you got Darren Thomas and those guys over those speedy backs. And I mean, I don't know who wins this game. I mean, I want to go with Stanford, though. I mean, Stanford's ranked 4 with that big, powerful offensive line and those tight end sets they be running. I think it's going to be enough to keep Oregon's offense off the field, and Andrew Luck with the ball control. I think that'll be enough to keep them off the field, and I think Stanford will go ahead and win the game just because they won't. Thomas and that offense won't be able to get too many shots at that end zone.
LaMichael James is playing this game, is he?
I don't know. Did he come back? I haven't heard any reports about him coming back.
I mean, if LaMichael James plays, I think Oregon has a good chance. Just with that speed and that offense, I think they have a good chance of making some plays and being able to play in that game. I think their speed may be the difference in a game like this. Normally with like a Stanford defense, they're a tough, physical team, but defensively they're not as fast, and they just normally don't have such as fast players. And to be honest with you, I mean, everybody talk about Andrew Luck as a clear-cut number one. I mean, when I see Andrew Luck in college, he does look like a pro quarterback playing college, but he doesn't look like a dominant and explosive quarterback. He just doesn't seem to me that the offense that he's in, it just seemed like a more controlled. He looked like Eli Manning out there playing quarterback. It's not to say that Eli isn't a great quarterback, and he is, and Luck is a great quarterback, but it's just like a lot of times the game is not as explosive and open as you would want.
I mean, you got to think about it. I mean, the athletes that he has at receiver, I mean, they're not the best athletes at receiver. I mean, he's only working with what he has here, and he has them number 4. And, like I said, they don't really run like that spread type, throw the ball around. It is a more controlled offense with pounding the ball, play action, get the ball to your tight ends more than what the receivers are. So he's not really going to show you, his arm talent throughout the game, because that's just not what the offense is about. I mean, you will see what he's going to be next year once he gets that, once he's selected number 1, which really, I mean, who knows? Because then you go to a team that doesn't have great receivers, and he still could be put in the same predicament. So it just, it depends. I mean, the guy don't have a lot of, I mean, if he had a Robert Woods to throw to like Matt Barkley, I'm pretty sure his numbers would be off the chart. Or if Michael Floyd or Justin Blackman, but he don't have those receivers. So I can't really say, I mean, look he's dealing with what he has, so and they're winning. So that's the only thing that's important, really.
All right, on to the next game. We have number 19, Nebraska, in Happy Valley versus number 12, Penn State, with an interim coach. What do you think about that game, Josh?
I mean, from reports and now, from what you're seeing on TV and stuff, I mean, people are saying that, the practices have been going good at Penn State. And, they've been high. Everybody's been active, and no one's holding their head down. And the players are playing for Joe Pa at this point in time. They want to go get a win, but I still don't think they have enough offense to go in there and beat Nebraska.
Okay, great. I mean, with all that controversy going on in Nebraska, I just don't think that, all that controversy going on in Penn State, I just don't think that that team is going to be focused enough to be able to get everything squared away. Okay? Spectator sport. Next game we have is number 20, the unranked Hurricanes at the Florida State Seminoles. What do you think about that game, Josh? I mean,
I'm sad to say that I didn't even know Miami was playing Florida State this weekend. That game is so irrelevant right now. It's just not. I mean, I understand what Joe Pa and
it's all about the U. Nah, man, that game always has relevance.
It really doesn't.
You got a lot of athletes on the field.
What relevance does it have?
That game always gonna have relevance. I mean, you gotta love the U, man. It's all about the U. What do you mean the U versus? Because you're not listening. That's why you haven't heard it.
I didn't even know they were playing.
Because just because ESPN doesn't talk about it, that doesn't mean the game doesn't.
Talking about
just because they're not ranked doesn't mean the game.
I watch ESPN. Everybody watches ESPN. I go on the internet. I go on Fox Sports News. I didn't even know these teams was playing this weekend. I mean, this game is irrelevant. I really don't even want to talk about it, but I'll go ahead and make a pick for you. I mean, where are they playing at? Are they in Miami or are they?
No, in Florida State.
Are they in Tallahassee? I'll go ahead and take. I'll take Florida State. But, I mean, what is it really to say? It's a relevant game. You both are shameful programs right now. I mean, it's just ridiculous how much losing's going on, and it's just ridiculous.
I mean, Florida State, they had all the opportunities here coming out, had a number 5 ranking, and to fall as far as you
Rankings don't mean anything.
I mean, EJ Manuel, come on, come on. This guy, you got receivers all over the place. I mean, you got top running backs. You got top recruiting class. I mean, why do these guys keep going to Tallahassee? I mean, damn. I know you got fam close by. You got all the chicks. I mean, but still, why is Florida State not winning? I mean, I can't understand it. And UM, I'm a UM guy, a UM homer. This is my homer segment. I love the U. It's all about the U. I'm putting my U up. I mean, last week Josh was Tebowing. I'm Uing. We putting up the U. Yeah, you see it. I don't care if you say.
With a big victory.
Man, hey, man, don't go back to Tebow.
3-3 Tebow. in his career, but yeah, he can't play quarterback
But hey,
in the
hey,
NFL.
we do got a segment later on. We'll discuss Tebow. Give me a little bit of time.
I'm just saying,
to talk
you know,
about
you
the U.
you brought up Tebow,
hey man,
so I
Tebow's
just
a
had to
Gator.
let people know.
Tebow's a Gator. This is all about the U. It's a time for the U.